Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. I think we're going to make a lot of good progress here. I don't want to say that Ulthuan will definitely be united under High Elven control by the end of the video, but I think there's a really good chance of that. Because I don't think it should be a problem for us to crush this army with the incoming cavalry army plus the large garrison. And then, as far as I can tell, this Dark Elf force that I've already forgotten the name of doesn't really have a lot of other stuff going. Unfortunately, we're probably not that far off from getting a declaration of war from some of the other larger Dark Elf forces to the northwest. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. Also, I guess we do still have to worry about Tor Elisor, which, I mean, they declared on us and everything, but we're so out of the way. It's so inconvenient for them to send armies at us, and I have to imagine that sending armies at us is probably going to leave them somewhat vulnerable, right? Maybe we should try to make friends with their neighbors? Although I guess one of their neighbors we know is Queek, one of the Skaven factions down there. Probably not such a good teammate for us, actually. I wonder what these guys are going to do. Now that we have a non-aggression pact with them, they're going to raid us. Well, you know, I wanted to make friends, but the raiding is bad. Granted, if we break the non-aggression pact with violence, that's also bad. I don't know what they're going to do. Okay, so we've got another one of these Keepers of the Seal. For some reason, people in this position of immense power keep getting corrupted. I wonder how that happens. Well, we're definitely not dropping the campaign movement range for our characters. We can just take... It's a lot of influence. I was going to say we could just take the plus 10 because 750 gold is a non-cost. But man, that's a lot of influence. 5 turns of -5 public order. I wish I was allowed to look at my my stuff. The stuff on the east border, I'm not 100% sure how it's going. We're gonna figure it out. I think it would be a good idea for us to do this. So, how bad does that make things over here? We're -2 over here now. Still +2 here. Is that with the -5? Sure is. That's true. We do have 2 level 3 promenades. It's pretty bad here. We gotta cut taxation at the very least. And yeah, we'll write it out just fine in Trace. How is our public order 100? Huh. I guess we've had armies posted in the cities for quite some time.
Tyrion, heir of an Aryan.
Alright, so obviously I do want to do our other quest battle, but I kind of think we should keep pushing these Dark Elves now while we have them on the back foot. Any amount of delaying on our part is likely to lead to there being more Dark Elves. I'm going to leave these guys alone for the moment. I hate that they're doing this.
Her servant.
But I don't want to trash my diplomatic rating, which I will if I attack somebody that I'm in a non-aggression pact with. Maybe we should kill the pact. If you're in a non-aggression pact with somebody, you kill the pact and then you wait at least 10 turns. You don't take a diplomatic hit for attacking them. Alright, Hexawaddle's coming along. We're going to just... Every turn we're going to try for this pact until he gives it to us. Then once he's given us that, we are in. I think there's no real reason for me to move across the border here. Well, it's hard for me to tell if we're going to have the range to get over here next turn. I guess if this is plus 50% range, then yeah, I guess we'll be able to hit Torgard with a normal move next turn. I want to stay on our side of the line so that we get another turn of replenishment. And I don't think it should hurt us. Oh, this is not ideal. We're not going to get there, but we are going to get close enough that they will definitely be able to see us. I hate the fact that the Dark Elf just screams nonstop. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Oh, ambush actually only requires us to have 25% movement range left. We're going to move as close as we can while maintaining enough movement to go into ambush mode. I'm going to try to be invisible as I approach. Next turn, March will put us close enough to Val's Anvil that we'll be able to reinforce. And then that problem is resolved. Okay, so we got all this money. Lotherin's 5 turns off of me being able to re-begin that upgrade. And I'm wondering if we should just take this now. Does it make sense to wait a little bit? We could take this now, and then after the next battle, we could maybe recruit some more White Lions or whatever for Tyrion. I really want to keep this running all the time, though, because the items from the dilemma have so far been very good. I guess that means we can't do Invocation of Hoeth for a while. Whatever, it's fine. Also, we're going to be attacking a bunch of Dark Elf settlements and stuff. It's good. It's meaningful. Okay, so a spell that has a direct damage area attack, or a staff, rather, that has a direct damage area spell. That's fine. The Helm of Cain. Causes fear, physical resistance, armor melee attack. That's not bad. Flame resistance for one of our entire armies. That doesn't seem that good. And another enchanted spyglass. You know what? I'll take it.
Awaiting orders.
What does she have in that slot right now? I bet it's something that's not even good. That's okay. We'll take another spyglass though. That seems like the way to go. Yeah, we gotta get Tyrion's legendary armor so we can pass the Trickster's Helm over. There's no reason not to, there's no reason to leave banners unequipped. Okay, I'm gonna send Arathel over here to attack this guy. We should be pretty good at killing random map heroes from the other players. And then we're going to run sort of deeper into their territory and start leeching influence off of them. We'll be able to hire some pretty good heroes in the near future. The Shrine of Loic probably could use proper walls. Yeah. After we get Ulthuan pretty much calmed down, if there are no major enemies on our borders, if we don't have anything coming up through the sea, we'll knock out a couple of rituals probably. The benefit from having the ritual active is pretty significant. You get a big public order boost, and it's nice to have them running, but we will have to deal with a whole bunch of enemy armies as well. I still have no idea what Avalorn is doing, and this is another place where, man, I really wish that I could just ask. I feel like they would tell me. We're friends. As much as 2 elves can be friends. Kind of seems like they all hate each other. I guess you could really say the same for people, couldn't you? So yeah, Tor Elisor is definitely wrapped up in something, because they were considerably more powerful than me last turn, and they are not considerably more powerful than me this turn. Where's she going? She didn't even try anything. I assumed she was going to pull some hero actions, but I guess not. Alright, well, they seem to have managed to finally put down that Chaos Rebellion. Man, I hope they settle Albion before some Norskin clan comes over here and does it. I don't want it. I just don't want the Norskins to have it. Alright, I think we're past all of the stuff that can be relevant to us. This might be a problem for us in the near future.
Defender of the Aesir.
Okay, they seem to not have been tipped off to our approach.
We shall not rest.
I'm going to give this guy something to scream about, let me tell you. Oh my god, it is so hard to click on the ground.
Assyrian guides us.
Just over and over and over again with the shouting. Okay, that should be close enough. It is no longer safe for him to attack the city, and next turn we will attack him.
your aid, madness.
Oh, you know what? I think that hero must have done something to the rogue army. Well, this should be a good amount of XP if it works out.
Daggers in the dark. Please accept my apology.
Aw. It was still okay.
Servant of the king.
As far as XP goes, that wasn't that bad. Let's pick up a point of Tempest. It'll be valuable once we start facing dragons and stuff.
Defender of Ulthuan. By Assyrian. Attack! There is
And obviously,
glory to be won.
obviously we're just gonna run around here and obliterate that. Like, this should be pretty easy going for a while.
Battle.
6. I think our units might have some pretty busted auto-resolve results.
We are
Seems-
pure of heart.
It seems too good. There's no way only 6 of us died. Right? That can't be. Alright, what other cool stuff do we want? Yeah, sure. +1 public order in all provinces. That's a thing that's valuable. Alright, Tor Guard. Growth in this province is fine, not great. We can give it a little push.
Nagaroth breeds weak warriors. Awaiting orders.
Why is he just like insulting Dark Elves? They have nothing to do with anything that's happening right now. I'm just sitting here trying to decide what to build, and he's like, hey, did you know all Dark Elves are garbage people who suck? And like, he's not wrong. I'm not saying I disagree. Just like, why? Why at this moment? Alright, well, it kind of feels like we don't really have that much to do. So a lot of stuff's going on. It's just going on gradually. Alright. This turn we should hit up Hexoatl again. Our diplomatic stance with them should have buoyed up enough that we can at least get a non-aggression pact. And then the non-aggression pact will help to push it up even further. Somebody in the comments of the last video
Champion of the Everqueen.
suggested that this is maybe not a thing worth doing because Hexoatl's going to go to war with us eventually, right? Because of the way the final war thing works. The way the final ritual works. And yeah, that's true, but Hexoatl, I think, just completed their second ritual. We've probably got a lot of turns. And during all of those turns, we'll be making money off of them. And also, they will be feeding positive diplomatic information about us to all of their allies. And I think this is worth doing. They are definitely going to contribute an awful lot of money to our empire before we have to turn all that money into troops to kill them. And they're
Welcome. What brings you here?
what is this now? You just want a military alliance. Yeah, they're, the Dark Elf agent there just wounded herself, attempting to wound my hero. Things didn't quite work out for him, and then she was like, how dare he? And now she is dead-ish? I assume she just went to wounded. I assume you can't murder your own heroes by failing rolls. Yeah, this is going to become a problem eventually. We might have to burn all of that northern coast stuff. I wish these guys would buzz off. Okay, people are doing rituals. I'm like, I pretty much don't care about that. Many years ago, an old and respected seer disappeared into the Dragonspine Mountains. Trackers were sent and a rescue expedition assembled, but to no avail. He was given up for lost, until now. His recent reappearance at Calador has prompted great rejoicing, and it transpires he spent his time in deep communion with an ancient star dragon who, sensing a kindred spirit, taught him much about the world's hidden warp. As a result, your research rate has increased faction-wide. Oh wow, 4 turns of doubled research rate. That is pretty handy.
Tyrion, heir of an area. We shall not rest.
Do I go to the Shrine of Cain or the Phoenix Gate first? Let's go to the Shrine of Cain. Let's secure that ritual resource. Also, there's some kind of building here that I would like to see what it does. Oh, you know what? It's just going to be the Warpstone building. Or, sorry, Warpstone. I've been playing Skaven too much. It's just going to be the ritual currency building. There probably won't be anything special.
I will dispatch them.
I do think it's a little bit of a bummer that you don't get any
I
XP
apologize.
when an enemy agent wounds themselves on you.
Of Ulthuan.
Interesting. He chose not to bail.
Wise course.
He wants to stand here and do this. Let's do it, I suppose. The screaming. Oh my god, this dude. So his army is entirely missile infantry. What is going on here? You know what? I want to fight this.
Rally to me, Asir.
Here's the thing. I think this should go pretty well for us. I think it should go considerably better than the AI is predicting. Because our army of... Well, I guess we don't really have... We only have 4 units of actual charging cavalry. But I would think our charging cavalry should do very well here. And also, I don't feel that I'm great at using cavalry, so this should be a little bit of good practice. Practice now when the battles aren't super difficult, so that I can, you know, pull things off when the battles become super difficult. Plus, I know you guys like to see... You guys like to see a good battle or two. Plus, we'll get to see our White Lions in action. We haven't actually paid too much attention. We've done one battle since we learned how to recruit these guys, and I was really focused on all of the range stuff in that battle. So I'm assuming that missile cavalry generally have the ability to move while shooting, right? So we kind of just want to ride our missile cavalry around their archers, forcing the archers to turn and stuff. We can probably... you could probably harass them pretty effectively without getting countershot all that much. Although, I suppose, what I'm talking about here is pretty micro-intensive. Also, we are going to have a dragon. It'll be fun to use the dragon. I hope. I hope the dragon has a cool... I think they all have breath weapons now. So the dragon might have a cool breath weapon, or he might have some spells or something? I can't remember if Warhammer is a setting where... dragons are, like, very intelligent and great spellcasters. Because it's a thing in some fantasy settings, but not all of them. So, we can't just sit back. They have cav. Or they have artillery. So what is the symbol that's actually on these flags? Is it sword and hand bow? So they don't have any spear troops at all. They sure do have a lot of ranged units. No one can say they don't. So our people are coming in over there. I mean, I probably just back off over there and wait. We should let the dragon... We should let the troops from the garrison probably lead the assault. I didn't realize these guys all have vanguard deployment. In fact, all of the horses have vanguard deployment. That is nuts. So... But they're too large to be stealthed? Is that what is happening here? Oh no, we can stealth them. It just has to be heavier woods. I'm gonna grab all of these guys, put them into stealthy positions. Is that the closest we can be while still being hidden? It looks like it. And then I am, in fact, going to pull the rest of us back to here. I guess I could have some of them waiting up here. Maybe that's a good idea. We can have some of them waiting up here. I want to try to compel the Dark Elves to come forward. And then when they come forward, you know, just sort of collapse on them. Because they do have the artillery. We gotta be a little careful. What do you mean we're not hidden here? I don't know if they will come forward. They might not be willing to. They can't see any of us. So they might not be willing to come forward. But in any case, I want to wait until we have our full strength up here.
It will be done.
Yeah, so we have a dragon. We also have a mage, right? A mage with the 2 spells that I'm familiar with. I don't know if she has the Shield of Sapphire or not. Okay, we do in fact have some kind of breath weapon. Fire damage, powerful explosion, strong versus single unit, good versus large. So we could use this on the artillery, maybe? Okay, they're coming. Flying units are really, really good at giving vision. What's the impact area this look like? Okay, it's a single target. It's not a bombardment type thing. Let's see what we can do about grabbing their attention. Wow. These bolt throwers are apparently already set up. Just gonna keep flying sideways, keep making them turn. My dragon is, like, covered in blood. It's maybe a little bit inappropriate for the amount of punishment that he has received, which is to say, barely any. This is remarkably effective. They do not seem to have any idea how to deal with this. Okay, hold up. These guys should have some actual orders. We should actually probably just start firing, right? Like, I don't need to actually form up. We should start firing as soon as we can because we have that range advantage. Okay, you guys need to head up now as a group, and once we get in here, I want to let these guys take the brunt of it, and I feel a little bad about that, but not like very bad about it. So we have a heal and a single unit stat boost. Alright, as soon as they kind of pick a direction and start facing us and firing is when the flank comes in. So I don't want to get the dragon shot by too many things, especially since, you know, they do have a lot of range units. They could probably focus fire quite effectively.
Spearmen! Apace! We will obey! Without fail! For Ulthuan! It will be done!
Actually, I don't know why we're not drawing battle lines. Charge. This is a charging kind of situation. Okay, so what do we have here? We have our actual princess. She is very fast. Guess I'm just going to start casting the heals. And this is the time. It's going to take our guys a minute to hit. We probably should have started moving earlier. So who is leftmost? You. Just charge and charge and charge and charge. We'll get him from the other side with the horse archers at the same time, hopefully. I mean, we don't have to wait. So we want to keep skirmish mode on for these guys because they can fire while moving. And I don't know that we... Do I run in and take these guys on first? Probably. Let's try to break down the bolt thrower crews quickly, and that'll make it so much easier for the dragon to contribute. Speaking of the dragon, I think this is a good time for the dragon to show up. We could try hitting these guys. So their bolt throwers are basically the same as mine, it seems like. They have the armor-piercing missiles in the multi-shot mode and stuff. But like everything else, it seems like, having to do with high elves and dark elves, their version of the thing is just like only 40% as good as my version of the thing for some reason. Alright, does everybody have a current order that looks aggressive? The noble can just wait in there. He doesn't need to wait. Our cavalry princess should probably be a little bit more careful. And I suppose as soon as this goes off, we should immediately cast Hand of Glory on just a unit of archers somewhere. No reason to wait on that either.
St. Louis. Asturian wills it.
I'm very interested in this dragon breath.
Assault princess.
Not really that effective. Get down here and let him know, would you? Oh wait, was that... it didn't actually use it. Oh wait, did I have 4 charges? I might have had 4 charges, actually. Okay, never mind. This is working. Hey, you seem to not be immediately charging at the enemies. All you guys just get the hell in there. Oh yeah, because these are the guys from the backup crew. They got up here faster than I thought they would. Actually, we should have one of the White Lion groupings. All the White Lions, actually, should focus on this group of enemies who actually want to engage in melee. As should the nobles, probably. What's up with these guys? Oh, they're like rampaging. Is this a Dark Elf thing? The Madness of Cain. Okay. They force your units to rampage. That's cool. That's a cool idea. Some of you guys just fire into the back of these units. Okay. Back to the slaughter. Wow, look at them just break and flee before us. Just get in here. Where's the caster? Okay, things seem to be turning for our friends over here.
Princess of Ulthuan. High mage.
Do some melee skill, I guess. This army's a little bit too melee heavy for me to be good at control, or a little bit too micro heavy for me to be good at controlling them, unfortunately. Let's try to focus the dragon on the dudes who have actual melee skill, because my suspicion is that the dragon does not care about their melee skill and will just wreck them. I find it difficult to believe that you guys don't have orders. Part of the problem is you can't trust a Dark Elf to stay in combat. Alright, we can heal them some more. Oh, here comes purple mode. I'm still not 100% sure what this portends. They turn all purple and then, like, they get a stat boost. But, like, I don't have a good... What I mean is I don't have a good sense for how dangerous it really is. If it is indeed dangerous. Keep charging. Never stop charging, people. This is a noble... Oh, hey, their lord's still alive. What's up with that? Did you forget which job was? There's some horses. We could use a little bit of a horse push over here. They, you know, their stats aren't great for just standing and fighting, but they certainly beat archers in straight combat, which I appreciate, because there's a lot of fast-moving units that don't. Right, like... I mean, our guys are considerably more expensive than the units I'm about to talk about, but like a lot of the dogs of war type units, you know, you get your warhounds and your whatever the undead version are called. Honestly, bats, undead bats. I've had bad experiences trying to use harpies against archers. There's a lot of fast units that really can't stand and fight. The whole deal is you run them around and hurt your opponent's morale. Well, we have no reason to take replenishment. Really? He gets to retreat through us? That seems very strange.
We stand ready for action.
Shouldn't he have to go the other way, away from us, you know? Let's finish this off. I can't imagine, yeah. I was gonna say, I can't imagine it'll make me do this manually.
Victory for Assyrian. What orders?
Upkeep down. Everybody needs upkeep down. Because I would someday like to be able to run a third unit. Or a third army. Has to wait until they actually finish the animation of running over there. Oh, that's right. I'm in March mode. I can't recruit. But now with her pushing up from the south and Tyrion continuing to push around this side of the island, it feels to me like the Dark Elves are in a really bad place. We may as well get that tech available to us. Upgrading this will give me access to a chariot unit that I don't think I actually care about or want.
Order must be maintained.
Okay, we should probably upgrade this. Definitely upgrade that.
Tyrion, heir of an Aryan.
Yeah, I have a hard time imagining this Dark Elf force recovering in time. Oh, I forgot to talk to Hexawaddle. Whatever, it'll be fine. We'll check him this turn. As long as Tor Elisor actually stays off our back, we should be okay for now.
I will grant you the respect due to an envoy.
Yeah, come on, guys. What could possibly compel me? Itza scrolled by real quickly there, and they were, the bar was completely yellow, so I guess they're about to be eliminated. These guys are going to be eliminated real soon as well. If they're not a little bit more careful about their behavior.
The Assa are troubled.
I mean, whatever. We'll have to go back here and face them, but we got some time. Do I want to just grab the marble instead of worrying about the Shrine of Cain? Also, how is this climate uninhabitable? How is it not the same climate as this?
Noble son of daggers in the dark.
Hey, he finally got there. In fact, he completely obliterated her. So the difference between the wound action and the assassinate action is that when you critically succeed at assassinate, it actually, they're just gone. They don't come back from being wounded. Sure, Great Eagle. Why not? Hopefully it'll increase his map move speed a little bit. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. So maybe we don't want to bother taking this because it's going to be a real pain in the ass to hold. -3 public order. Another source of ritual materials would be cool. I mean, obviously we're going to take it. It's whether I hold it or burn it is the question.
Alario. Never.
What do you mean never? Do it. That was weird. What, did he lose his nerve for a second there?
There is glory to be won. Take it all.
I'm really honestly not sure. I'm not that concerned about the construction costs or the income thing, recruitment. Like, all of that stuff is pretty irrelevant. The only issue is whether or not I'm going to have to devote an army to keeping track of this damn thing. I guess if taxation's off, which it would be, yeah, alright.
For Alaria, my queen.
The ritual currency is probably worth it. So, what do we have here? We now have to make some decisions. We got all the red line stuff that we really need, at least for right now. There's still some decent blue line stuff, but should we start just making Tyrion a better fighter? That seems like an awfully good boost for 1 skill point, I'll say that. Weapon strength plus 10% when fighting. It looks like basically all of the evil races. I mean, that's going to be pretty relevant. We're going to be fighting Chaos and Norska a lot during the rituals. Yeah, okay. Let's go into the yellow line rather than filling out more blue.
Madness will consume the Druki.
Okay. Again, this dude just has no end of negative things to say about Dark Elves. Okay, we'll probably leave the growth building in place until we get this to level 3. I guess that's true. There's a really good reason to take this, and that is so that we have control of the whole province. Ugh, the whole thing is uninhabitable. It's just this one province has a different climate type than the rest of the island. Interesting.
Stand ready for action. Moving out.
Alright, does it look like we
On
have...
my way.
Okay, there is an army over here. Hold up. So we probably want to fall back. So I don't know if it matters which side of this we're on. We'll be over here. We do need to recruit some more troops. How long is our ritual up for? 7 more turns? Okay. Dragon Princes. Did I miss that in our recruitment structure? Where are Dragon Princes at? Oh, here we go. Okay. There's another shock cavalry unit up here. They're immune to fire damage? Okay, nearly immune. Considerable physical resistance on top of 110 armor and shields. Oh, they have a much better version of this trait. It's a lot more attack. Okay. Dragon Princes. Does her thing... Does her trait... No, her trait is specifically about Illyrian Reavers and Silverhelms, not all cavalry. Okay. Well, whatever. We really need to get Val's Anvil leveled up again. I really need more building slots in this province. Yep, we got a rebellion going on. We could start up a third force up here. We don't have access to good lords. We can just have Bellakai do it, though, because Bellakai's negative trait isn't terribly important.
Nagaroth breeds weak warriors. What do you require?
Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. We'll just have Bellakai form up a cheap army, take the rebels on right outside one of the cities. I don't really want to, but both of our armies are pretty indisposed. Maybe we could have one of our allies do it? Probably not. None of their armies are really in a good position to get over there. Oh, are they actually gonna... Nope. Maybe the AI never takes the naval stuff. That seems not great.
Of Anarium, and I bid...
Oh, it's the Citadel of Dusk. Oh, hey. Yeah, I'll do that. It's true, I have chosen the path of wisdom. I gotta remember to do trade. So the Scourge of Cain have an admiral with not a lot of valuable stuff. They have one almost full stack down near our princess. But it's gotta run north or Tyrion's gonna tear all of their territory apart. I have no idea what the Pirates of Sartosa are doing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's... Maybe the Dark Elves are going to just let us tear them apart. Alright, before I do anything else, I'm going to remember to go talk to these lizard men. Oh wow, all this war against the Scourge of Cain is really helping. Really? At plus 30, they won't give me a trade agreement and a non-aggression pact. You guys hate Marathi? I could hate Marathi. I could get in on that. Alright, so this should help our reputation with these guys. Hopefully we can parlay this love into further love. Story with these dudes. The story with these dudes is they would be a bad trade partner, and I don't care about them. We're not getting quite as much spillover as I was hoping. 3 points of positivity. I believe it will build up over time, but that's disappointing. It's a disappointing amount. The good news is, these guys are making us rich as hell.
Dark-hearted fool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade agreement we just signed. Alright. Kothik doesn't have much in the way of recruitment structures. But we could recruit here. Let's just grab Bellakai.
Princess of the Aswan, Lady of the Phoenix Court.
Really, you can't get into the city. Huh. They almost always spawn within movement range of the city. Okay, always with the screaming. Everybody's just screaming all the time. I don't trust this army to be able to take on a full stack plus a garrison necessarily. Actually, it's probably better to just walk to Kalidor's Repose, because we could use the extra reinforcement rate as well. So... I still really don't have access to Silver Helms.
We are ill at ease.
Nope. I've never built the Silver Helm building. Well, we need to fix that.
Stand ready for action.
But I guess for right now, adding some more Illyrian Reavers to the army should be fine. We could grab some fancy troops. We already have some fancy troops. Man, 49 attack, 41 defense. That's pretty nuts. So we have 6 units of standing fighting infantry. And a lot of cavalry. Not that much charging cavalry. I guess let's fill the army out like this. 6 units of charging cavalry, lots and lots of bows, because that seems to be our deal. I don't have the money to secure influence. Alright, we'll do it next turn. We're certainly making some cash. Did that black arc just disappear? Are those temporary? I guess I know that they're spawned by a right, but my impression was that once you spawn one, you get to keep it. And it's just that, like, the right has a long cooldown or something. I guess that must not be the case, though. Alright, to be perfectly honest, we don't even need a non-aggression pact with Hexawaddle. The trade was really what I was after.
I am the heir of Anarion, and I bid you welcome.
It might be worth it to sign that defensive alliance, just so that we could ask for their help in dealing with small problems in the eastern part of the island. But you can never necessarily... You can't really trust them, you know? It's probably worth picking up extravagant murals real quick, and then we'll head to Pinnacle of Civilization, which seems fine. At some point, we'll go back to military tech.
There will be carnage.
Yeah, this is going to be very helpful. And that's enough influence that we can hire another one of these guys, and we could just really get an influence engine going. And given the fact that influence allows us to manipulate other people, that's probably worth doing. This might end up being useful. This is only in the area that he's standing. He's going to be in enemy territory, securing influence a lot. So yeah, let's pick this up.
Madness will consume the Drugi. Shield against
Okay,
darkness.
so I hear. They're always talking about how much madness is going to consume the Drugi. So the gates have massive garrisons. But they can't... I was going to say they can't have structures, I thought. Cannot have economic buildings. Okay. So unfortunately, they can still recruit from the gates. We're going to have to reclaim those 2 gates if we want to be able to be safe from these guys. Yeah, okay, it's just 2. Well, Tyrion's not going to be able to do that by himself, I don't think.
Nagaroth breeds weak warriors.
Servant of the king.
Definitely do not tax this province. Alright, well, it'll hold steady for now. We do not yet have the wood tech. What's the wood tech do? Really? Okay, it's not very good. Let's build walls here. Never mind, let's not build walls here. We'll eventually break down this rally field and replace it with the lumber yard, but... Alright, Duke Gerard is mustering. He's not raiding us anymore, that's nice.
As your lady,
But I can't imagine what he's mustering
taking up
for.
residence.
Ah, this is bad. We're too low on money. We need more trade.
You require assistance. Greetings. Let us discuss terms in a civil manner befitting our people.
Can we get military
I
access?
suppose.
Cool. It's weird that these two are not automatically great friends, but okay. We managed to get there. So Lord Skrolk... If we assume that all of the ruined areas are owned by Skrolk, which I don't think is a super unreasonable thing, it does look like he's doing pretty poorly, actually. Let's see here. These guys are trading with the Citadel of Dusk. They're at war with the Bloodhall Coven. Hold on. I want to see Tor Elisor. They're at war with me and Avalorn, of course. And then also Clan Moors.
As we are not savages, I will hear your petition. Futile.
Alright. Thought it was worth a shot. Who else might trade with me? This is coming along. They don't like me talking to the lizard men, unfortunately. We're definitely not going to be able to get any love out of the Dark Elves. I don't think that's a huge surprise to anybody. Everybody hates the Scourge of Cain. I'm kind of surprised that so many people are aware of them, even. Okay, see, the last defenders are coming along, too. I guess that thing where everybody got revealed to everybody else has made our actions against the Scourge of Cain a real asset to us. So, we might be able to get something out of the last defenders soon. So they're gravitating toward a positive number. Alright, let's keep murdering Dark Elves. Everybody seems to love that. I suppose we should ask Hexoatl for more treaties. Alright. Like I said, what we were really after was the trade agreement. So I'm not too broken up about not being able to get anything else. Alright, we'll chill out here for another turn or two. Give that army time to forget that we were nearby and wander away. Man, I sure hope the lore masters get some trade goods or something, because as it is, our deal with them is not great. The Cult of Pleasure just confederated the Scourge of Cain. Well, that's not great for me. We're going to have to reevaluate the situation here. I don't think it's a good idea for us to let the Cult of Pleasure continue to own this area. And we're going to be at war with them eventually, no matter what. A lot of people would probably like it if we fought them. Oh, Gerard's errantry army has turned on us, the cowards. Okay. They were just looking for an excuse. Well, it's not like any big surprise. So we will kill off... Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem for us. We will kill off the Cult of Pleasure. For now, we'll focus on cleaning up our house, though.
Destruction.
He's really good at securing influence. So I guess we're not actually going to need Belikai, although...
You shall not rest. Lady of Old Form.
She can't just run over here and do this. In fact, with her nearby, we might...
Vol, lend us your strength.
Wait. What? Was there a horde of the Vampire Admiral right here and I ran across it? Or what just happened? Was I not paying attention and accidentally gained some armor of fortune? Weird. So now that she's here, we just make sure she's in range.
Our
I
defenses
serve the
will
Phoenix
hold.
King.
Attack!
Okay, we are not getting a very positive auto-resolve reading here. So they have 3 units of archers, a unit of horse archers, a lot of spearmen. But we have a lot more archers than they do. They have an artillery piece. Wait, why is this bad? Let's do it.
Follow straight.
I think we should win this. I mean, I have more archers than they do. That's the classic, it's the classic thing that turns the battle. So if Belikai gets this, then we're good. We can dismiss her. And if she loses this, then her army's going to be too wounded to be useful, and Tyrion's on his way back, so we can dismiss her. And that'll turn up our income pretty significantly. Well, this is weird. I want to start in a position where I can take advantage of my reinforcements, but I also don't want to be too far back, because if we start really far away from them, we're going to have to approach into the artillery piece. Maybe that's fine, though. Like, we can certainly kill it.
For duty!
Maybe we just want to take advantage of the trees here, though. It'll be hard for them to shoot us. Hard for us to shoot back is fine. We can't see exactly where the artillery piece is, unfortunately.
Without fail! Orders received!
Guide my bow for Old One.
Archers! Without fail!
So what do we gain here? Just a princess. Okay. How are they... Oh, the artillery. You're right. The artillery piece is able to shoot through the trees. Doesn't seem like a lot of the projectiles are getting through, though. Which is good for us. Trying to wing out, I guess, into a position where we can actually get something done, and... These units here should move forward into the trees as quickly as possible.
Archers! Assyrian guides us!
Artillery is like pretty okay. Them getting to fire out of the trees at us is pretty bad.
Death to all! It shall be done!
Fortunately, they are emerging at least.
For Assyrian! Archers! Steel! Loyal! Setting forth!
Asur Princess!
Okay. All we have to do is generate a significant archer advantage. It looks like this artillery piece is having trouble shooting at us now, which is good. We actually should probably start doing damage here. We have to not entirely lose the ground battle until the rest of our forces show up. It looks to me like we have a pretty open shot over here, although we do need to keep working their ranged units as well.
Princess of Ulthuan!
Wait, do I not?
Guardian!
Huh, I thought I had her selected.
By Asturion!
Get him. She's a melee expert. Let's do melee mode. Get in there. Fire animal moving and everything, but get in there.
Archers!
I wonder if I should have the archers turn and deal with these guys instead, because things seem to be...
Lacoy! Lacoy!
we're starting to take some really serious range damage here. I think we should be successful, though.
Carroy!
Dude's morale is not great.
Understood! March!
I'll try to disengage right as the princess arrives, and maybe she can hold him.
For Ulthuan!
Decided
We will obey!
we should probably... No, we're fine. I'm pretty back and forth about whether we should be focusing more on this thing or what's going on here, but let's try to remove as many of their archers as possible from it, and we'll worry about this guy a little bit more in a minute. So this is just princess versus prince. It should be pretty even. What are you doing?
We away!
They cannot deduce orders, apparently.
For the Ever Queen!
I haven't told them explicitly what I wanted them to do, but I feel like it should just be clear. Did I not have my archers shooting at these guys? Would they, I wonder if they somehow went stealthed for a moment and broke our targeting. Okay, that's working slowly. Alright, the horse archers kiting us through the rest of their archers is actually working out pretty well for me.
It will be done! Archers!
This is not even, by the way. Their prince is just sword infantry, while my princess is hybrid infantry, so she's less good at the she's less good at the melee part of the job, apparently.
Without fail! Kill them! Understood! For duty!
Alright, I think we should be seeing a complete rout here in just a moment.
It shall be
The only thing that's really going well for them is that we haven't reached the Reaver archers, but we could just keep walking forward until they run off the map, honestly. This thing's going with the lords. I mean, she just keeps him busy.
Princess of Ulthuan!
We should probably provide some backup, though.
archers! As you say. Orders
Disengage! Let him suffer all of the arrows. Tough dude.
For Ulthwan!
I have to imagine, no matter how tough he is, that this is eventually going to turn on him pretty badly, though.
As you say. Loyal to battle. It will be done. Loyal. Sinner.
Alright, yep. We're starting to see the route. Units are breaking permanently. Yeah, I thought that would go pretty well for us. I don't always know where the balance of power bar is getting its ideas from. So yeah, we managed to limit the harm done by the artillery piece pretty well. And this won't kill this army, but it will force them back at least. Belakai's army took some pretty serious damage and probably is not in a place to pursue.
Turn them loose.
The cat-eye on me. Princess of the Azure.
The good news is, it's going to be much easier for us to build up our forces than it is for them.
Taking up residence.
Yeah, we'll run in here real fast, get the serious replenishment. Alright, we have 13,000 gold. We've managed to make some pretty okay money over the last few turns. We are actually able to perform this right. Let's go ahead and do it. Get that cost reduction and then do our big expensive builds here. We have 6170. Let's zoom around real fast and see if anything else really needs doing. This really needs doing. Alright, we had that negative event end right as we hit this, so we're going to see a swing of +9 public order everywhere. Right. We'll be back for you guys. And maybe we will be able to eventually turn Tor Elisor. Slowly gaining diplomatic stance with basically everybody. Wow. We have 41 positive relations. They won't even consider a non-aggression pact. We're going to declare war on Marathi soon-ish. I don't think it's a good idea to do it right this second. Most of the places that we're missing trade agreements, they're not even very good. And this turn, hopefully, our cash won't be too strained, and we can hire a hero or two. Okay. I was hoping we were going to be able to wait a couple of turns until we had dealt with all this nonsense. You know, and then our army was back in position, but I guess we're going now. No big surprise. And I can't believe how weak the average player is. We only really have about 2 armies altogether between our 3 lords. Really, he just rides right in and... okay.
Protector of Ulthwan, if you will it.
This should be even more in our favor. Weird.
A just reward.
Wow, fan braces of defense, huh?
Aye, sir. serve the Phoenix King.
We've been finding a lot of good armor. How about you take one of these obsidian lodestones? Because here's the thing, you're fired. I mean, let's level her up so when she comes back, she's a little bit more ready to go. But for now, I really want to build up cash, and I don't think it should be necessary to keep her around. So, sorry. Back to civilian life for you. I like to imagine that we come to her, and it's like the beginning of that, like, really cliche, I thought I was out, but they're pulling me back in, kind of like action movie, that, like, 80s action movie trope.
For my queen.
She's living in a cabin in the woods, just, like, whittling and enjoying nature. And then here comes old Tyrion. Wow. Knights of the Blazing Sun with maximum veterancy. Weird. Well, let's kill them all. Oh no, our poor cavalry died.
Slaves are always useful. For Alaria, my queen. My journey begins.
Oh my god, they get to retreat such a huge distance. It drives me crazy. So I guess we won't be able to wipe them out until next turn.
Fear the might of Ulthuan. There will be carnage.
Oh, that's a shame.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
Are we in... Yeah, we're in a place where local recruitment is possible. I don't know that it super matters. How many turns do we have left on the Invocation of Fall? Okay. We're going to want to start up a little bit of advanced unit recruitment right before this ends, just to get the effect of it. Because I think I want to put some sword masters and stuff in this army. So I guess for now, let's just grab spears so when we hit these guys, we're as built up as we can be. We'll wipe out that faction. We're very positive on public order, pretty much everywhere, I imagine. +9, +10, yeah. Okay. So once we deal with these guys, we're ready to ride back out on the Dark Elves. Unfortunately, the Phoenix Gate is still going to be a real problem. Tor Guard, yeah, that's definitely a place where we're going to need to build walls. I'm not sure. Do we have any buildings that are super relevant for the purposes of noble recruitment? This is the place where the Elven Court is. Yeah, so we'll recruit nobles at a higher level here than anywhere else. Let's look at our options for new heroes. Oh, we can hire lore masters too. That's true. We did have that building, so we should hire up some dudes. Nobles at level 6, huh? I kind of want a map action noble. 5% physical resistance is not that great. Oh, because we're already out of the ones who cost 40. Well, maybe we'll come back to the nobles, because none of these are really blowing my hair back. What else do we have available? Spry. Only a single good mage of this school. This is a cool idea, and I would like to get one of these, but not right this second. An entrepreneur. Wow. I mean, we could... 30% income from all buildings in her province, plus 3% nationwide tax rate? I mean, this isn't amazing, but if she just sits in the capital, 30% extra income in the capital is what?
Assyria guides our hands.
That's another 600 gold per turn from her just standing there. She's like a leveled up port. Yeah, we should probably do that. Well, let's look at the lore masters though. We haven't seen any of these yet. Massive upkeep reduction for good melee units in the hero's army. Wow. This is a very good trait. Oh, and these guys have training. You put them in an army and they just level people up over time. This is a very exciting hero. But I think we gotta take this entrepreneur mage, right? This seems like a very useful thing to have around. We're not even going to use her to cast. She's just going to stand next to Lothar. Yeah. I don't even know what I want from you. I guess we'll pick up... She could be part of a defensive army, right? So we could give her yellow skills then. She's probably not going to be running around to enemy territory doing map actions. Minus 8%, minus 8 leadership for the entire... Oh, okay, but only for undead on the field. Well, we'll take Net of Amontalk. Net of Amontalk is a fantastic spell. And then she just gets to stand here. This is your job now. This is where you live. I think that was worthwhile. And we gotta wait a little while until we've built up enough influence to hire another good one.
We will endure.
Oh, we need this very badly. This invocation of Assyrian has saved us a ton of money already. Alright, well, unfortunately, as much as I would love to have ended the video with us slaughtering these traders, it's going to have to wait for next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying making it. Come back next time for our reaction to this, like, ridiculous betrayal, and to watch us chase some much, much better Dark Elves off of our island. And we'll see you then.